evening, I am Virat Gupta. The teams have just been announced for the Afghanistan Test match and for the T20s and the ODIs in Ireland and England. I'll run you through the teams in a very short while. I'll be joined by Saurav Ganguly with his comments on the selection. Also joined by my colleague Boria Majumdar from Calcutta. But right now, let me just run you through the teams. Of course, we begin with the Afghanistan Test match. Virat Kohli has been rested. Bhuvneshwar and Bumrah have also been rested. And Rahane will lead India in the Test match against Afghanistan. That will be played on the 14th of June onwards. This will be a debut Test match for Afghanistan. Rahane will be the captain, while for the T20s and the ODIs, Raidu makes a comeback in the ODI team. Siddharth Kaul has been rewarded with his because of his splendid bowling performances in the IPL and in domestic cricket. He will be part of the T20 and the ODI team. KL Rahul also finds a place in all the three formats. Well, let's go through the Test match team. You have Rahane is the captain, Murli Vijay, Shikhar Dhawan, KL Rahul, Cheteshwar Pujara. Karun Nair makes a comeback. He'd scored a triple century against England, was dropped subsequently. Ridhiman Saha, Hardik Pandya, Jadeja, Ashwin, Yadav, Mohammad Shami, Umesh Yadav, Ishant Sharma and Shardul Thakur. That's the Test team, the 15-member Test team for the Afghanistan Test match. Rahane will be the captain. Virat Kohli, Bhuvneshwar and Bumrah have been rested. The T20 team for the ODIs, for the T20 games against Ireland and England. The Ireland T20s will start on the 27th of June, and then 3rd July will be the England T20 series. Suresh Raina is part of the team. Selectors have also retained Washington Sundar, and Siddharth Kaul will also be part of the team. Well, that's the T20 team for Ireland and England. And now the big one, the Indian team for the ODI series in England. And this team will also be a reflection of the World Cup team that the selectors and the management will have in their mind. Remember, the World Cup will be played in England next year. And this will be an experiment series for India. Washington Sundar has been retained for the ODIs as well, which means that after Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav, he now becomes the third choice spinner. Siddharth Kaul also will be retained for the ODIs. So that's the ODI team for England. And as I said, with the World Cup looming large, this team is actually the core for the World Cup. Ambati Radu's made a comeback, a strong comeback, with the way he's played in the IPL. And KL Rahul obviously found a place in the team as well. Boria, not too many surprises, considering the fact that maybe the selectors thought that the under-19 players are greenhorns.
No, three simple takeaways. I mean, let's sum it up. Three simple takeaways. That middle order conundrum is gradually getting solved with KL Rahul and Dinesh Karthik. And they've both done brilliantly in the IPL to merit spots in that position. Ambati Raidu is the only call which will, going forward, we will see how he performs. So the two real middle order problems, Dinesh Karthik and KL Rahul now take their positions. Point number one. Point number two, Ashwin and Jadeja, now you can say, as far as white ball cricket is concerned, they are now not being considered. Clearly 1, 2, 3 is Yuzvendra Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav and now Washington Sundar. That's the big call. And the third interesting call is Sid call for both formats. And it's again, people being rewarded for performances. Clearly the IPL has emerged as the platform where performances are being noticed big time. Siddharth Kaul, Ambati Raidu, Dinesh Karthik, KL Rahul being the results of it. Are you dissatisfied with this team? I am not.
Well, I'm happy with the team. Shreyas Iyer has also been rewarded. Of course, he played well in South Africa as well. So we can't say that he's just been rewarded because of the IPL. But Shreyas Iyer will also be the captain of the India A team to tour England. Siddharth Kaul, Boria just mentioned, is the one who's actually he's broken down the doors of the Indian team with his splendid bowling performances. In fact, he's the one who's deserved it the most. Siddharth, you were there in the Indian team for the T20s. Unfortunately, didn't get to play. How would you look at your own self in terms of India?
Obviously, it's a great achievement when you get selected for Indian team and when you're performing in domestic circuit, and that performance gives you regards that getting into Indian team side. It feels very positive, and whenever it comes to playing for country, it's a dream come true, and whenever I get the chance, I will keep on doing my best.
Well, there's a England tour coming up where India will play in the limited overs. They'll also play the test match, and there's the India A tour also. How would you fancy your chances?
I don't thinking about fetching the chances. I'm just thinking I have to give my whatever the games I'm playing, I just give my 100%. I keep working hard in my nets practice, whatever fitness I have doing, I will do that, and just keep doing my best, and then rest in the hands of the God and the blessing of the people who wants me to play for my country.
Well, this interview I'd done last week in Jaipur, and Bhuvneshwar was standing alongside, and he did say that Siddharth Kaul looks the fittest in the Hyderabad team. If he said that, obviously it's a huge compliment to Siddharth Kaul. I'm joined by Saurav Ganguly now. Dada, you've had a look at the three teams. Any surprises?
It's pretty much, I have the team in front of me, Vikrant, and obviously there are three teams, so I obviously look at all the three teams one by one. In terms of your three-match ODI series, that team looks fine. I think, as you said, Siddharth Kaul is an inclusion in the side, and you've got Umesh. That's the T20 team. That's obviously the three-match ODI. So Siddharth Kaul, Hardik, Umesh, Bumrah, Bhuvaneshwar. You know, that's a five-man press attack. I'm not surprised Mohammad Shami is dropped, and only other option would have been Shardul Thakur, who I thought was exceptional in South Africa with the way he bowled. But then that's fine. You know, you give a young guy who I thought bowled very, very well in this IPL. So Siddharth Kaul gets his place, which is not surprising. Coming back to the T20, it pretty much picks himself, Dhoni, Karthik. Good to see Karthik being a part of both the squad, because I think he's probably batting at its best. Chahal, Kuldeep, Washington, Bhuvaneshwar, Bumrah, Kaul, Hardik and Umesh. So Kaul has been rewarded for his good performance in the IPL, and so is KL Rahul. I'm extremely happy to see KL Rahul in all forms of cricket, because you know he's just looked a class apart in this IPL, and when you see him you realize that there's so much quality in that batsman. Coming off to the one-off test match, Rahane captain, he's missed out on the one-day squad, he's missed out on the T20 squad. That is obviously because someone like KL Rahul has stepped in and has played superbly in the T20, but I expected Ajinkya Rahane in the one-day squad, because if you look at his one-day record, I thought he did well. You know, when he played against England, when he played against Australia, and whatever little bit he played in South Africa, he played well. So I think that's one of the omissions which I think the selectors have been a little too tough on Ajinkya Rahane, because I thought he played well in South Africa as well. So that's where it stands in terms of the one-off test match. Rahane, Pujara, Dhawan, Vijay, Rahul, Nair, Saha, Ashwin, Jadeja, Kuldeep, Umesh, Shami, Hardik, Ishant and Thakur. I'm surprised not to see one of the wrist spinners in the one-off test match, because I expect one of those wrist spinners to play in England. You know, so the selectors have gone with Ashwin and Jadeja in the test match, but I would have expected Kuldeep Yadav to be in the test match.
Kuldeep's there.
Karun Nair in the one-off test match. Yes, Kuldeep's here. They've got three spinners, Ashwin, Jadeja and Kuldeep. So I think that's fair, and I think Kuldeep will be pressing hard. Kuldeep will be pressing hard on both of them for that one-off spinner slot in the test series in England. Karun Nair is in the squad. Karun Nair is in the test squad. He has done well in the Ranji Trophy. He has done well in the Dilip Trophy, but obviously he's lost his place in the Test squad after that big triple hundred in the Test matches before. So I think Karun Nair is a bit of a surprise. We see Shreyas Iyer in the one-day squad. Maybe he could have been a part of the Test squad as well, because I thought he was exceptional for Delhi this year in the IPL, and probably Shreyas Iyer could have been in the one-off Test. And I think another surprise omission is Rishabh Pant. But then I think selectors have very rightly put him behind Dhoni and Dinesh Karthik.
Exactly.
So he's probably the third best keeper batsman at the present moment, and the selectors have been very right in placing them behind Dhoni and Dinesh Karthik. The selectors must be very happy with the way MS Dhoni has batted in this IPL. Hope he translates that form into international cricket in England, and in England where it's going to be a different ball game. So that's one of the great positives for India, to see Dhoni bat the way in this IPL. So I'm little surprised not to see Shardul Thakur, because I thought in South Africa he was very, very good, but then they've gone with young Cole and given him an opportunity. So I don't think there are too many surprises. The selectors have tried to give everyone a go, but I would have, as I said, wanted to see Ajinkya Rahane in the one-day squad.
But Raidu's also scored runs, Dada. Maybe Raidu, Shreyas Iyer, a little too difficult for the performances to have been ignored. In fact, Manish Pandey has also been dropped. Now this England ODIs, is this team a reflection of the vision for the World Cup as well? Because the World Cup will be played next year in England in these conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you try and pick your best possible players, but I would still pick Ajinkya Rahane ahead of Ambati Raidu. Yes, Ambati Raidu has done well in the IPL, but Ambati Raidu in South Africa and in Australia in the one-day series before, after which he was dropped, has looked actually behind in terms of playing fast bowling. And I think Ajinkya Rahane is a far superior player in England, where the ball is going to do much. He's got a good record in England. You know, he gets runs in tough conditions, whether it's South Africa, whether it's England, or whether it's Australia. So I think I've had probably Ajinkya Rahane ahead of Ambati Raidu in the three-match one-day series in England. Shreyas Iyer is in the one-day series. In England, which I think is a good selection. Maybe Rahane has lost his place to KL Rahul, because selectors have gone with three openers: Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan and KL Rahul. But I would have still picked Ambati Raidu, Ajinkya Rahane ahead of Ambati Raidu before the England trip, because Rahane has to go and play the Test matches as well, and 5 Tests is a lot of Test matches in England.
True. We'll have to stop here for a very short little break, because there's an IPL game coming up tonight. In fact, the debating point would also be Virat Kohli's defeat last night. Today it's Punjab versus Rajasthan.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.